Hey, thanks for listening to my podcast. Check back every day to hear great stuff that you may have missed. All you do is keyword podcast. Plus, stay connected with the show at kiss108.com, keyword Matty. Hey, good morning, everybody. Just a spectacular morning, crystal clear. Cool, 65 degrees, but you know what? It's been pretty hot.
Yeah.
So it's really very, very pleasant and really very, very, very lovely. It's almost chilly. Just with the wind.
Compared to what it's been, yeah.
It feels chilly, yeah. Mm-hmm. My man Carl's on the phone. What's up, Carl?
Hi, how are you? Hello?
Carl?
Yes?
Hi, Carl.
Hello?
Carl, you sound like a woman.
No, I'm a guy.
All right. So you're a young guy. Wow, so you're a young guy named Carl. That's very rare because
Yeah.
Carl's like a grandpa name. Hey, Grandpa Carl's coming. All right. Listen,
Carl is
first of all,
excited.
Carl, talk into the phone, all right? I don't know what you're doing. Carl, pick up the phone, Carl. Take me off speaker and just pick up the phone and talk like an adult. Hello, Carl.
Hello.
How's your summer going, buddy?
Good.
What are you doing?
I'm eating.
You're eating. I meant in a more macro sense of the summer, not like
And
specifically.
what you're doing right now.
Right. Are you going to camp or working?
No. No, I just keep going around Lynn, visit my family.
Okay, that's nice. Well, we have Rihanna tickets for you, Carl. Have a good time at the show.
Thanks.
Okay, you're welcome. Hold on the phone. Susie will tell you what to do next.
Just running around.
Bye. I don't know. I wasn't listening. Demi Lovato's on the phone. Hi, Demi.
Hi, how's it going?
It's going great. Demi, you're on the air in Boston. Where are you right now?
I'm in L.A.
Oh, early.
Yeah, it's really early.
Yeah. So
Or
you're
really late, however you think of it.
yeah. So you know, I don't want to. I hate to start like this, but you know, you kind of had a little bump in the Demi Lovato road there, didn't you?
I did, and it's okay. I've talked about it a lot lately.
Well, yeah. I mean, it was a big story. It was in all the the magazines and everything, and you were big Disney star and a hit album and the whole thing, and then you got yourself and you needed a little time to yourself. Is that a good way to put it?
Yeah, I mean, there's different ways to put it, actually. For me, it was finally, getting some help for issues that I had been struggling with for a while, and it was a good thing. It was a positive experience for me.
Were you were you in away for a month in a hospital setting kind of thing?
No, it was 3 months, and
3 months. Whoa.
Yeah, it was 3 months, and it was in a treatment facility. It wasn't like a hospital, but there definitely weren't the luxuries of some other treatment centers that are out here in California. Mm-hmm. It was very, very cold and just snowing all the time, and we had to walk from one cabin basically to the cafeteria, and it just I couldn't use the bathroom by myself. There was definitely a lot of restrictions that I wasn't used to, but it was all beneficial towards my recovery, and I'm thankful for it now.
Good for you. That's intense, boy, because most of the programs are 30-day programs. So if you went to a 90-day program, I mean, you took your recovery very seriously.
I did. I'd been needing this for quite some time, and I took it very, very seriously. I knew that it was kind of like life or death, That's the unfortunate thing about some of the issues that I was dealing with, is that you can't continue on without getting help.
A lot of folks who look at child stars, and you started acting when you were just a little kid in the Disney pictures, you were maybe 7 years old when you started. And,
yes.
And from the outside looking in, especially guys like me or, parents, you look and say, whoa, man, that's a lot for a little kid to handle, the fame, just an unusual childhood. And it doesn't surprise folks, really, when a actor gets older and he gets jammed up or with drugs or alcohol or whatever. It happens a lot, you know?
Right. Well, I was blessed with a really, really normal childhood, actually. I took out a year to be on Barney and Friends, which was a very, very family-friendly set, and I'd only shot a few days a week, and I was homeschooled for that period of time, but then I went back to school, and it was when I went back to school that I actually had more problems than when I was doing what I loved, which was acting and performing and being on stage and being on set and in front of people. And it was when I went back to school and I was bullied, and that's what really started a lot of the issues for me. And it wasn't drugs and alcohol for me, fortunately, but it was eating disorders and cutting, which is definitely just as self-destructive. And the reason why I share my story is to get the awareness out there that these are issues that, you know, young girls are dealing with, and hopefully they can see that they can make it through whatever they're dealing with.
No, it's interesting. My wife works as a social worker, and when people who don't know about it hear about cutting, they think it's so...
Yes.
How could a person do that to themselves? And yet when you're in the field, it's so scarily common. And if you don't know...
so terrifying.
Right? Am I right?
Common it is.
Yeah,
yes,
I mean...
absolutely. And it's such taboo to talk about.
Right.
Because it's so much... I feel like it would be so much easier to talk about it. I mean, I feel sometimes it's easier than when I talk about my eating disorders. Because it's...
well, that's publicized more. Cutting is a under the surface kind of an underground thing. If somebody is cutting themselves, no one talks about it. Guy has, I drank too much.
Not even the parents sometimes.
Right. An eating disorder, a lot of people hear about that. Drugs and alcohol, oh my God, everybody talks about that. But cutting is one of those things, right, Demi, that is really out there and no one talks about it. True?
Right. And the scariest part about it is when you self-harm, it's such a scary thing to actually see. When you have someone that's not eating, or that that has an eating disorder, or you see them doing drugs or alcohol, sometimes you don't see the worst of it. But cutting, I think it's such taboo, because when you see it, you instantly see how much pain someone's in, because you can physically see it on them, and that's why it's so shocking. And it's such a. I mean, it really is taboo to talk about. But I can't tell you how many. It's not just. I guess it's associated with a lot of quote unquote emo kids. Mm-hmm. But what people don't realize is that I've met so many people who have young daughters that are in wealthy families, and that are preppy, that are of all sorts of cliques and everything that deal with this problem. It's so unbelievably common that it's scary, and it just takes one time to go too far, and you're done.
Demi, I'm very, very impressed by you. I think this is great that you're talking about it. You're a young woman and dealt with some really tough issues. Ironically, you were just calling to plug the single Skyscraper, your new hit song, and yet we got to some serious stuff, and I think that's fantastic. And let me say, Skyscraper is a smash. Love it. We love it. So what you want to do is download Skyscraper. You want to learn more about Demi Lovato, just go to DemiLovato.com. It is, I believe, am I right? Isn't it number one? It's number one.
Number one on iTunes right now. It's
number one.
So crazy.
Number one.
And the song it really talks about the journey that I've been through over the past year, and how no matter what you're going through, you can rise above it. And it's just such a great message. And that's what I want to give to all of my fans and to all of their families, and people who aren't my fans. if they can listen to this song and feel inspired, then.
Well, you're
I've done my part.
You're a very impressive young woman, Demi. Demi Lovato's
Thank
new
you
hit,
so
number
much.
one, is Skyscraper, and we thank you for chatting with us for a few moments, Demi.
Thank you. you for having me.
Okay. You notice how when Bill did entertainment reports, he makes fun of Demi, whereas I embrace as a warm, caring father figure.
Wait a minute. When did I make fun of Demi?
Oh, when she was all jammed up and the first time around. What are you signaling me? What is there a train? Is a plane landing? What is that signal? Is that's the signal I assume means go to a commercial, but it did look like clear the runway for a landing. Thank you, Jim. Short break, right back. It's the Matty in the Morning radio program. Stay with us, everybody.